A clip from my cloud and ascension
Very,
analysis
very
show on
interesting
my
if you watch
Telegram
all that,
channel.
because when you do actually mirror, those details actually are important. So it's important to keep an eye out for the hue changes, the sudden changes of color. Why is emanating like this? This is a nighttime photo. You're getting this much color and changes, and then the cloud just looks weird. You know what I mean? On top of that, so these are all the significant signifiers for you to pay attention to, because this is letting you know, hey, this is not something right. So the first inclination is, if it looks weird, that's probably going to be something of note, because they definitely stand out when they're just floating there. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are programmed to just write it off on whatever it is. But I can tell you that it's so out, it's so noticeable that, like, you're like, well, that's kind of weird. Whenever you have one of those inclinations and thoughts about something you see in the sky, most likely it is what you're thinking it is. So, and this looks like he's eating. It looks like he's eating the moon.
The moon.
It looks like he's eating the moon.
Uh-huh.
So she caught him kind of doing that, and it's just kind of crazy. But all right, so now we're getting to the mirrored part, because this is the fun part. So once you start learning how to mirror and catch every angle, you'll pretty much go through a whole picture, and you'll be like, man, this is insane. So this is one of my first mirrored pictures here, and off the first picture.
That bear is around everyone. The one in the middle top there with the hat. I see him a lot of times. That's another one, like the fish that we see all the time.
The
This
bear,
one guy,
yeah.
this guy, that bear comes up all the time.
You see his legs down here? He's like kind of like dancing. It just looks so funny.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there hanging out. Probably one of the coolest things when I first seen him. Yeah, this bear I've seen everywhere. Changes, because they matter in the makeup of finding and discovering things. Okay? Like with this moonlight here, the blues and the bright, I guess, ominous yellow clouds, you notice that it's the accents and the details, and then, like how Zoran was saying, when you zoom in, you actually see more of the beings that make up this whole image here. So you're not just getting just a dose, you're getting a whole plethora of just everything. But the initial thing you're going to see when mirroring is you're going to see the one initial being in here. But the unique part about this is you can flip this image upside down, and it's going to be a completely different being with multiple beings making up of it. This is what makes this what it is, because they're symmetrically balanced and whole. No matter which side you mirror it and flip it to, you're always going to get something unique in there. And that's hard. It's a hard trick to do, to be symmetrically balanced and still look like something, and then be made up of multiple things. That's a hard task, man. So there's going to be multiple mirroring points. You can mirror from the middle. You can mirror it from the outside. You can go from right to left. You can go from left to right, top to bottom, bottom to top. And when you do that, you're going to get something different almost every time on the initial. Now, there's some mirroring apps I like where you can actually take the mirroring filter and you can actually go across the screen with it and then line up to what you need. And this is what I like to say is divine intervention with these beings, because when you're able to mirror a picture from one side to the other and bring it all, basically close the picture to the point where 2 points end to end, and it makes a face perfectly. And there's a lot of other things going on in between that picture. That's like, that's a hard probability for that face to be there. You know what I'm saying? Which makes it like, wow, well, you can just mirror stuff, but like taking something from one part and then sliding over to match something, and it makes a perfectly symmetrical being. That's just mind blowing. I ain't never seen nothing do like that on this planet, but it obviously exists, because you don't hear
Join my live. My link is in the bio for all my social accounts and Ascension services.
Yeah, anybody can make pictures, and the one thing that people are going to say is, oh, well, mirroring makes faces. It does and it doesn't. But does it make faces to a degree where the lighting and the depth and the hue changes all have a part in play to make up that face?